Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from the final race of the racing season here for WOSCRL. Ready to kick off here tonight's season finale. It should be a fun one over here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll have to wait and see, but it should be a good one. Got a few drivers in here, I think, right now. 12 or 13 drivers, I think, are in here right now. We're still waiting on a couple, I think. But anyway, should be fun. Practice about ready to wrap up. Russell Braca on top of the board. Derek Pemberton and Chris Stouffer. We are trying something a little bit different tonight. It's something I've never done in the broadcast. And honestly, I don't even know where this idea actually came from. It's just something we thought of out of the blue. We just wanted to try something a little bit here for the final race of the season. Just a little bit different to see if we like it. Here at Trackside to see if we want to implement it into other leagues as well. And this is a great place to do it since this is the final race of the season. We're going to have two special guests in this race. Not necessarily join us, per se. When I say us, not necessarily join me. So basically, you guys understand how I normally call these races. It's basically, where I go out and I call what I see on the racetrack. We never really get the driver's aspect or view from the race, and we don't get to hear the driver explain stuff. So that's going to change a little bit tonight. We do turn it up. You guys kind of know what that is, where we go, hear the cars go by and all that good stuff. Tonight we're giving the drivers access to commentate while they race. There's only going to be two drivers that do it. Derek Pemberton in 82. Reason why I picked him because one, he's got a win this season in here. Two, he's also a commentator. So he's probably going to be our first guest, most likely, just because I kind of hope that Drew Ballesteros, who will be our second, will hear him and kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. And if we like it, we're going to implement it. It's more about if you guys like it, if we like it. That's really what it's mainly about, of course, if you guys like it. But I want to try it just to see if it'll be something different. So we're going to do that at some point where basically they're going to be commentating. It's basically giving them the broadcast over to them for at least 10 laps. Maybe Derek could go a little bit longer, but we'll see. So anyway, that'd be fun. It's something I've been looking forward to try when we thought of this idea. Anyway, out on track, Chris Stouffer. This is your 2020 Season 1 champion here for the WOSCRL Series. Chris Stouffer picked up the championship 2 weeks ago, and he's going to be trying to get another win here tonight. Why not? We expect him to have a good run, and we'll see how he does. Here at Atlanta, we know this place is extremely fast. Tire either track, but it should be a fun race. And I like that they came back to Atlanta. And for a lot of you guys that may not know, this is actually where the championship race, or the final race of the NASCAR top season stuff used to be held. So it's always cool to see that. Chris Stouffer with that last lap of 32.140 will jump back here just a little bit. Russell Braca is out on track. He was the fastest in practice, so we'll see if he puts down a flyer here. It does take a couple laps for these tires to come in. But Drew Ballesteros goes to the top of the board. He didn't even really practice, and he goes to the top of the board. 32.108. That's going to be good enough for second for Braca. Luke Doran here as well. Derek Pemberton out on track right now. Jim Foskett paid off and just now rolling as well. So we'll be checking in with him in just a moment. Here comes Braca out of turn 4. Ballesteros still have 32.066 as we see Braca coming to the start-finish line. And a 32.226. We're actually seeing faster laps on our first one, kind of. Derek Pemberton is on his flyer, so we'll see. He is out there. Why is my training paints not working? Oh, that's why, because I don't actually have it up. I apologize. Why is some cars showing up, some wasn't? Anyway, here's Pemberton out there at 82. Working off turn 4. We'll see if he goes to the top of the board. 32.181. Good enough for P6. Wow. Expect a little bit more than Derek than that. And we'll see if he can get a little bit more here this lap. Like I said, sometimes it takes a couple moments for them tires to come in. You see the back end want to step out on that 82 Rays Energy car. Drew Ballesteros still on top of the board with Russell Braca. Luke Doran, who finished second in the championship standings. Final corner, Derek Beverton's side wants to step out once again, but a lap and not a good one. 32.253, not his best lap. Here's Pate Albin. I hope I say his name right, by the way. I don't know if he likes to pronounce Albin or Alvin. Pate, we're going to have to figure that out. So whatever I broadcast you to help me. He's up there in that Ditch Witch. Got some other sponsors on it as well. Actually painted this car. Looks pretty good, actually. Look at that. Industrial Drilling Products. 32.413 for Pate Alvin, and he actually goes to 10th, or stays in 10th. Bruce Pearson in the number 20 car. Drew Ballesteros. We're going to be having him in-car commentate during this race at some point tonight. Probably around lap 60 or so. This is a 160 lap race, so probably around 70 or 80 is when we'll go in car with him. We're going to probably do Derek around lap 40, I would guess. Give or take a little bit on that, maybe lap 30. Bruce Pearson, 11th right now. Benjamin Shelton hasn't came out. I don't think Shelton's not going to be able to come out and get a lap down, so he's going to be in 12th, but we'll see if Pearson can pick up a little bit of time here as he works through. He's actually working up off the bottom. Pearson is off 3 and 4. He's actually kind of working that middle seam, which looks like it was actually really good and not quite fast enough, though. 32.770. Skylar Grissom has connected as well. It's good to see him. I was wondering if he would make it or not, but that will end qualifying here for the WOSCRL series. Want to thank all the sponsors. You guys see them right here on the screen going by. We'll have a little readout here in a little bit for them guys. That CSO Diecast has done a great job this season. Want to welcome everybody here to the broadcast. I don't know, Joe. You got to come over and join it. These guys, the new season will start 3 weeks after tonight, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4 weeks. Probably wrong on that, but either way. So cars are starting to grid up, and we are back on the track here once again. Also, guys, we got some new merch. I'm going to post a link in Facebook and in YouTube as well for maybe your wife or somebody. Who knows? We got some other stuff as well. We got some merchandise that we put up. You don't have to do it by any means. Also, I want to give a shout-out real fast to another broadcast company that we talked to. Beehive Media is pretty good friends of us over here at TRN. They're doing a pretty cool event on, I think it was October the 27th. October 23rd. They're doing the first ever multiple sclerosis charity race. $5 entry fee, but it's 55 laps, I believe, at Talladega and 30-minute practice. But all the proceeds go to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Pretty cool. And we just want to, point that out to you guys. Maybe you guys should check it out if you're interested in racing it. I think a trophy goes to the winner of that, by the way. Anyway. Ready to roll here, and Drew Ballesteros, Skylar Grissom is in the race, but he is not graded up. So you see Drew Ballesteros on the front row as you get a look at your starting grid. By the way, everything pink here because Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to be pink all the way up to November. We may make another switch because I think we got another cause we're going to do, I believe, next month, but we'll see. See Foskett back there, row 5 with Pate Alva and Bruce Pearson. Skylar Grissom, Benjamin Shelton. Keep in mind, Skylar Grissom did not grid, so he's not even actually, I don't even know if he's actually connected yet. Hopefully he is. Make sure you guys reach up, hit the subscribe and like button, Facebook and YouTube. It helps us out. We're almost at 1,000 followers. But Baroid. Industrial Drilling Products. I don't know why I said Ditch Witch. Pate, to be honest with you. Here we go. Pace car ready to drop off. Final race of the season set to get underway from Atlanta Motor Speedway. One of my favorite oval tracks as far as the mile-and-a-half tracks. This is one of my favorites. It is a tire eater, so that always makes it fun for me. Pace car is in. Green flag, waiting. Green flag is out of the air. We're racing live from Atlanta. Cars go by into turn one. It is Drew Ballesteros, Russell Braca up front. Battle going to be for third place right now between Chris Stouffer, your season champion, and Luke Doran, who finished second place. Doran going to take over third. Now looking for more. He's looking to take over P2. You also got Derek Pemberton right there as well in fifth. He moved up a spot already. Here comes Doran. Doran getting a little bit of that apron, but does shoot up the racetrack, but able to clear the 74. Here comes Derek Pemberton. Thing with Derek, we talk to him once again. And keep in mind, guys, once we go in car with these guys, they're going to try to keep it PG, but there is words that sometimes you may hear. And if you've got kids that watch, I'd probably recommend not having the broadcast like volume on during that part. Because you never know what guys are going to say. We're going to try to keep it PG by all means because sponsors and stuff. And right there, Braca almost came down on the 82. Derek was underneath him, but good job by Derek avoiding the 74. And Braca noticed it and didn't go up the track as well. It was just a late turn. But Doran right now working on Drew Ballesteros. Doran right there with the fastest lap, 32.479. Great lap. Nobody else even in the fours that time, so we'll continue to watch that. By the way, Skylar Grissom is out on track as well in that 24 car. There he is. Showed that Baby Ruth car tonight. Just by himself. And Skylar Grissom puts down the fastest lap, 32.474. How about that? Coming here, put down the fastest lap of the race in 2 laps, and you ain't even done 1 lap of practice. Now Derek Pemberton put it down, 32.427. So Derek's like, yeah, hold my beer. Chris Stouffer getting underneath Braca. Braca's actually under a little bit of trouble. I think he may be saving tires. That's why he's running kind of high like he is. I'm not sure. Pemberton looking to take second away. And it looks like he will move into P2. We know the history with Derek. There's no surprise. He's aggressive. He's fast at times. But when he gets to the front, can he hold that lead? We've seen him burn tires off. That's always been his biggest Achilles heel in every series he races in. We know he's fast, but he has an issue of burning tires off. And you can see right there, the 22 kind of riding that middle lane just a little bit. Could be a tire saving strategy. But both these guys right here going to be on our broadcast, maybe, as long as they don't take each other out. That would be interesting. But you see Ballesteros going to go ahead and give the lead over to the 82. Derek Pemberton, new leader here on lap number 6 now. And this one. Skylar probably is driving mad, honestly. That's why he was late. I forgot he's an Alabama fan. So he's not rolling like the Tide. Or maybe he's rolling better than the Tide, actually. I guess that would probably be the way to say it. Should have got Derek in like an Old Miss paint. That would have been funny. Russell Braca under attack once again from the 90 now. Bobby Petrica. Bobby Petrica, great driver. Didn't have the year he really wanted. He missed a few races and that really hurt him. But he's out there in a new paint scheme tonight. Currently running the P6. Right behind him, you see Todd Liston. And then Jacob Hoobery right there behind. Everybody right now, single file still. With the 82 out front. But you can see right there. See how much of an arc all these guys behind Derek are putting in. It's going to help him get a run here on the exit. But it's also going to help save the tires as well. You see 82 actually did it this time, kind of taking that line away, which is a good call to do. It helps arc it in. You don't use as much right side up going in with an arc like that. So Stouffer back here still with Braca side by side. Stouffer's actually rolling us outside somewhat decent. Remember, he is the season champion. Here comes the 90. Look at these cars. I mean, they're all still pretty stacked up all the way back to ninth place right now. Oh, a little bit of stake from Braca. Almost came up on the 13. Everything's still going on right now, however. Braca still now does actually clear that 13 car completely. And now Jacob Huber looking to take advantage possibly here on the 87. To the bottom he goes. Here he comes. Jacob's another one I was very impressed with early in the season. He did struggle a little bit down the stretch. He's a good driver. I think the more practice he gets, the better driver he's going to become. Oh, contact Todd Liston and Jim Foskett. Liston up into the third lane. I don't know if he made contact or not, but it was definitely close between the 87 and the 47. We know tires are a big thing here. These guys here tonight, if I'm not mistaken, double check the race details, but I believe it was 4 sets of tires, including the ones you start on. So there you go. Ballesteros just riding right now behind Pearson. Watching Todd Liston still back here battling Foskett as well. Dennis Benjamin shouting and paid all, but both just back here riding right now. They know it's still early in this race. Nothing to lose right now. You can't win it at the moment. Skylar Grissom has come down pit lane. He had an issue, and here's what the issue was. Yep, right there. And that, when you're looking at that angle, now that is never good. Hard impact there. And he goes to the wall. His not already not what he wants it to be. Watch for Ballesteros to put a move here possibly on Pemberton. One thing we don't want to do while these guys are this close for the in-car commentators we're going to have, because we are trying something different tonight. If you just joined, we're going to have in-car commentary, and they are basically taking over my job pretty much. And they're going to be doing about 10 to 15 laps in-car commentary. And you're looking at 2 guys that are going to be doing it. It's the 82 and the 22. Not talking with each other. They're going to be doing their own separate thing. But the last thing I'm going to do is while they're actually battling for the lead. I'm not going to do it while they're up front battling. That's just, it wouldn't be right for me to do that. The only reason why we're doing that is just more of to test it out, to see if we like it, and all that good stuff. You get it. So, we'll see. Looking through the field right now, everybody pretty much still single file. I see. I don't see anybody getting a run anywhere. As you see the cars go by, going into turn 1. It's been a pretty interesting season, though. Like if we go back and look at where we started, back at Daytona with the Daytona duels that we had, pretty interesting. They did come out with a new schedule already, and it's still a few weeks, of course. But it's going to be fun. Here we go, battle for the lead. Ballesteros looking to take it away here, side by side. And do not look for Derek to put up too much of a fight right now. It's still early on in this one. So you see right there, the 22 going to be able to clear that 82. Derek may try to get back up underneath him. He does. Luke Doran looks on. Going to be tight racing here. Kind of held down on the bottom. Yeah, you got to both really tight racing there. Good driving by both of them guys. 22 kind of forced the 82 there on the bottom. Was kind of squeezed him a little bit. Help him able to keep that lead. Oh! The 74 in the wall. Caution's going to come out. Wow. Watch this. Russell Braca, our fastest in final practice, and a 4 of Luke Doran, who finished second in the points. Yeah, Luke just washed up the track a little bit. I'm not sure if he knew how high he was, but tough right there. He does get a quick repair here, so keep that in mind. So with that, Skylar's parking it, didn't have none of my stuff ready. Skylar, I was going to put some cars out there with Old Miss on it, but I didn't think you would like me too much. So once again, guys, what we're going to do, we're actually going to do it right now. We're going to basically ride in car and outside the car and really focus on one driver for about 10 to 15 laps. We're going to do it the first time with Derek Pemberton, who's running second. He's basically your in-car commentary guy. And he's going to be doing this for pretty much 15 or so laps. We're going to do it a little bit early. That way we can get more commentary in with us on it. And then we go over to Drew Ballesteros, who right now is your race leader. So we'll wait till after the pit stops if they choose to pit here. And I was kind of surprised. Actually, a lot of guys not pitting, all but Russell Braca, which I get it. They only got a few sets of tires, so you're probably going to wait till at least lap 30 at least, I would say. Yeah. Probably about lap 35 or 40, actually. So, all right, with that said, we'll wait just a minute before we do that. So, keep in mind what we're going to do. If you have kids watching, I would probably recommend muting the sound, which you probably do anyway because you hate my voice and I understand. But if you have kids watching, and by the way, you see Skylar Grissom getting the wave around. This is something new we're trying. We don't think we're going to do it for every league. We're not going to do it for leagues in the playoffs or nothing like that, I don't think. So, but we are going to try this to see if we like it. Basically, ride in car and let these drivers take over commentary. Since this is the final race, we thought we would try it here and give these guys a chance. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. Derek, it's all yours.
You would give it to me, thankfully, right after I cooled down. But, yeah, so already 20 laps into the race. Kind of one big thing right now is the tires just now started coming in. But we're about halfway through our first run. With the sets of tires, it looking like everyone's going at least minimum going to have to make it at least 40 laps on every set of tires. So if you can get past 40 on this first run, just means extra laps you're going to have at the end of near the end of the race. We've had a lot of sun, a lot of shade, at least early on in this race, and I know for me that's definitely. I don't want to say it's necessarily helped me, but it definitely hasn't hurt me either. This car's really tightened up from what we've seen in practice. I don't think Adam ever showed anything within practice, but it was very loose in practice, and we get in here to the race, and after about 2 laps, these tires look like they came to. They got the pressures up, and we've had some good racing to start off. The typical thing here at Atlanta, we've seen right there in the first wreck, sliding up in the dog leg. We've seen that every so often. So thankfully, I think it only took out 2 cars. I think they're going to be able to get back out there and keep going. Braca was at least able to drive back up and at least kind of be in third whenever he entered pit road. I'm not sure exactly about Doran, but we are on 2 to green, get ready to come to 1 to green with Ballesteros in front, which, I mean, he kind of did pinch me a little bit there, kind of got a little frustrated there, but, it's racing. We're still early into it. No reason to, tear up the cars yet. So, hopefully we can maybe still got something left in these tires for maybe this back half of this first run, and maybe we can be able to give it to him here. But pace lights are going to be getting ready to go off here this time by. More likely, you're going to hear a lot of wheel shaking because, I mean, as Adam pointed out, this place is definitely a tire eater, and there's a lot of bumps at this track. So, it's gonna get probably a little crazy here whenever we get ready to drop the green flag here, and probably about a minute's time from now. We're being told to be on the outside lane, which means we do have some lap cars. I believe Skylar Grissom came back out on track. Yes, he did, and he, I believe, is 4 laps down right now. So he might stay in the back. He might come up to the front. I'm not 100% sure what he's going to do, but we're getting ready to go back green here. Going to be interesting to see. Normally, outside lane is not the lane you want to restart here at Atlanta. So we'll see if we'll see any tire spin on throughout the field. I'm going to kind of rely on Adam for that, if there is anything. But, yeah, so here we go, getting ready to go here. I know at least on Thursday nights, we're really up next to the wall right now. Ballesteros is kind of staying down in the middle of the track. You don't really want to get too much rubber or these, that rubber up top. So we'll see what happens here. But here we go, get Pace Truck getting ready to come take the left-hand turn down pit road. Oh, no, I'm doing it just because I feel like it. Here we go. Pace Truck is in, and we are back to racing here. And Ballesteros did get a very good jump there as everyone's getting up through the gears. As far as I can tell, everyone looking like they've got rolling here, so we'll see what happens here. Probably give us about a lap for these tire pressures to come up. Actually, it looks like Ballesteros taking it kind of easy into one, just trying to make sure the car was going to be underneath him, as we're actually getting ready to go side by side into turn number 3. He's actually going to give me a little bit more room than what he did last time. Actually, he does kind of try to put a little bit of a pinch on me here. I'm going to stay hard on the throttle, trying to hope it hooks the bottom here. We're going to try to see if we can get the advantage coming through the dog leg. It is. You really don't have a lot of control of the car coming through the dog leg, but we're going to have to try to dive it into the turn 1 again. We dive it in. We're actually going to be able to clear Ballesteros for the moment. Ballesteros getting a good run back. Maybe going to try to put the crossover move on here. Oh, we get a little bit of contact there from Ballesteros, but we hang on to it for the moment. He's getting a good run back on the outside. We're going to try to dive it once again into the corner. All we're doing right now is really hurting our tires here. And I try to open up that door enough for Stouffer to get to the inside of Ballesteros and maybe keep Ballesteros off of me for the exact moment, but can't quite do it. So now Ballesteros will fall into second for the moment. We're going to try to arc this turn in here. That's one thing you heard Adam talking about during his first segment, was about trying to arc it in, try to save these tires. That's kind of something that you don't really think about, or it's really hard to kind of see what other guys are when they're doing that whenever you're in front of them. So that's something that I know for sure I definitely got to work on, because like Adam says every time, that I absolutely do struggle with tire wear. And I believe we might be wrecking in the back. No yellow as of yet, as Ballesteros starting to make a charge. I think we are going to stay green. Ballesteros trying to look to the inside, can't quite get there. We're going to hang on at least for the moment. He got a good run through 3 and 4. He's really getting those good runs off. That's actually what's really helping him out, is that he's getting such good runs off. It's actually, here comes, I believe, another one. Yep, here comes another good run. He's going to take it to the inside. We're not going to pinch him. We're going to kind of let him at least have a little bit of room here, because, this late in the run, these tires are not going to be very optimal in terms of grip. Going to maybe look to try to put a crossover move here on him. Not going to give me a ton of room. It was a good defending move there, nothing too crazy. So we'll ride around in second for the time being. Not exactly sure who all got involved in the potential incident in the back. But right now, I believe we got about a 4-car breakaway. It's between Drew Ballesteros, myself, Chris Stouffer, and Bobby Patrica. And then it's about a half a second back to Foskett and the rest of the field. I believe I see some side-by-side action going on back there. Say what? Okay. All right. So you're about to, if you think I'm annoying, you're about to get rid of me for the moment. But you can definitely feel the tire wear definitely starting to kick in. You're really starting to have to turn the wheel a lot more than what we were whenever we dropped the initial green flag. You'll definitely see some of the guys that maybe saved their tires a little bit more on the beginning run. They should start to prosper here in the later back half of this run right here. So it looks like Ballesteros took a little bit of a higher entry, and one that kind of messed him up down the straightaway gave us the chance to dive in. But we are hitting lap 29 of 160, so we're almost a quarter of the way through this race here. Ballesteros, once again, taking a really high entry, really trying to arc that thing in. Something that I know I definitely need to work on is trying to arc this car in. Actually getting pretty tight on exit. That's one thing that I know a lot of people are struggling with. As actually, here comes Stouffer. He got a good run through 1 and 2. He's actually going to dive it off to the inside. Alrighty, and at this time, I'm going to go ahead and push it back to my partner in crime, Adam Chapman.
All right, that was Derek that you hear in car audio. We thank Derek for doing that. It's pretty awesome that he allowed us to do that. That's a tough thing to do, to try to commentate and focus on it. I mean, you've seen it. It was pretty interesting. What he gave you guys play-by-play, and we are going to do that one more time tonight here in about 40 or 50 laps. We're going to be doing that with Drew Ballesteros, your current leader, as Derek once again trying to get refocused, and I'm sure he probably was glad that he didn't have to talk anymore while he was driving. That you guys know it's tough to do it while you're driving if you've ever done it. Some guys that stream are definitely used to it, but some guys that haven't or does not stream, that do not stream, probably not used to it as much. So it's pretty cool. We're not going to do it all the time, I don't think, for every race. But I think for some of these, like, races that may not matter because the points have already been decided, I think it'd be fun to do it on some of the races, to be completely honest. I do kind of like it. Here and there, that is. So you see, kind of a 3-car breakaway and then another 4-car breakaway with Bobby Patrica, Jim Foskett, Jacob Hoovery, and Ben Shelton back there. And then you've got Pate Albin working up. Pate's starting to work his way up through the field. He's actually running faster than these guys. Actually, Pate last time was his 3rd fastest in the field, so we'll see if he keeps working his way up. And then you've got Russell Braca, who's involved in that wreck, and then Luke Doran. Now, the car we've seen that was actually spinning a few moments ago while Derek was talking about it was actually Todd Liston. You see him right there in that 87. He's going to need a caution, I would guess, here soon, as we are almost to that magic lap 40 mark. Keep in mind, Derek did mention lap 40 is when these guys do want to possibly think about coming down pit road, whether it be, I don't know if he meant under green or under caution. I would guess probably caution. So we'll see how that really works out, but if say we get like a caution on lap 36 or so, I would expect guys to come down then, to be honest. If it's close to 40, I wouldn't be surprised to see guys come down by any means. See Jacob able to clear these 3 other guys, and as that all keeps working out, the 55, Pate keeps working forward and doing a really nice job so far. He actually started a little bit further back in the field, and he's continued to work his way up. That's exactly what you want to do is you see some of these other cars. Keep in mind these guys do get one quick repair, as well as everybody right now single file in this race at the moment. We appreciate everybody that tunes in. Please like and subscribe. Share the broadcast. It's great for these guys. And their sponsors, trust me, their sponsors, that's why they sponsor. They want to get their name out there, and that's what we're trying to do to make sure we promote. But you do got the championship leader right here in that 13. Slowly catching up to her second in-car reporter here tonight, Drew Ballesteros. So we will hop on board with at some point here over the next, 40 laps or so, I would say. We'll hop in with him and let him give you his take, as you see a little bit of race back here with Ben Shelton, Jim Foskett side by side. So after watching a full season of these cars, and this is my honest opinion, we haven't really talked about it on the podcast or nothing, but after watching a full season of these cars, I want to give my honest opinion. I like them a lot. I am a big fan of the racing on them. Now, here's one thing I wish I would see more of. They're okay on tracks like this. They're not the most exciting races, the tracks to race on. Pocono, never want to see that track on the circuit. But tracks like this, they're okay to race at. Like, I get it. You got to race them. I understand it. Especially this one when it's like the season finale from back in the day. As you see Pate Albin right here working on the 55 of Bobby Patrica. This is for 7th, by the way. And then you see Russell Braca as well. Keep in mind, Russell Braca is on fresher tires, so, that's going to help him a little bit there. But also, like I said, I am a fan of them. I want to see more short tracks with these cars. I think the racing in short tracks like North Wilkesboro, Nashville, I think would be great for them. There's some other tracks out there that's going to be good for them as well. I seen smoke and I thought we had an issue. But you see Pate Albin side by side with Patrica as they go into turn 3. Good little battle back here as we've been watching Pate work his way up through the field, coming up the racetrack just a little bit there, making the 90 run a little wide, and Pate going to be able to take over the 7th position. We'll see for how long. The 74 is there on way fresher tires, so we're not sure how long Pate's going to be able to hold that. But here's somebody that's making a move, and he is running 0.2 faster than our fastest car in the field right now, and that's the 51 of Jacob Hoover. It's not even close. Like, this guy's on, I don't know what he's done. I think he's been saving tire And I think that's something that other guys could look at because he has ran down third place Derek Pemberton, who was in the car with earlier. And he has done a fantastic job of working his way up towards the front. Hey, Adam. Thought I'd stop in and say hi. So, hi. Hey, Kenneth. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for checking out, looking out. It's always awesome. I appreciate you, as always. We need to do like a collab on Trackside one time with Beehive Media. I think that would be cool. Like, have them guys call the first half of the race or the second half of the race. Have me and Derek call the first part of the race or second half of the race. That would be awesome. That would be really cool, actually. We may need to talk about that. Robbie, if you're watching, Kenneth, message Robbie and be like, hey, we didn't do this. So Jacob's actually getting passed by Ben Shelton as well. I did not see that coming. And Peyton back here battling with Jim Foskett. Peyton's moving his way up to P6. Peyton's actually doing this on the outside of the 47. Foskett in that inside car, black and yellow car. And there you see Peyton taking it away. Actually, 3 black and yellow cars right there in a row. Now back up towards third. So that's something I noticed. The cars that was in... Oh, there's a wreck! The 51 and the 15 came together on a backstretch. I don't know what happened. Going to be honest. Here's our instant replay. This is going to be interesting. Derek Pemberton's like, thank you. I need a break. Big run here for the 15. And... man, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this or not. We're going to try to slow it down here a little bit and see if we can see what actually happened. Man, in a way, it's kind of like the 15 came down or up. In a way, it looks like the 51 came down. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. It's a tough break there. I want to mention that Russell Braca did get around Pate Albin, and these guys are probably in need of tires. I just want to point that out. They've been out there for 43 laps. Probably wanting tires right now. If you're Drew Ballesteros, Christopher Derek Pemberton, all these guys that haven't taken tires. Oh, the 55 on the apron. Pate Albin got really low to try to make that pass on Jake, and he actually stuck that on the inside and somehow able to stay up there and actually stay side by side with the 51. Pate maybe will take this spot away. Wow. That's impressive. He does. Look at that pass. You see Luke Doran as well. Luke Doran is another one of them drivers that came down and took tires. But I do want to mention, they did not take 4 tires on their stop that I'm seeing. Russell Braca only took 2 tires. I'm thinking Doran may have only actually took gas only. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was only 2 tires as well. And now, once again, side by side, Derek Pemberton, Russell Braca, and remember, Russell is on a little bit fresher tires. That's why you see it. This is going to help the 15 as well. Ben Shelton, get underneath Derek here. Do not be surprised if we possibly start seeing some green flag pit stops here soon. I don't think Derek's going to be the first one to do it. He made that mistake one time before, so don't be surprised if we see other guys do it. Oh, Pemberton up the track. And Pate Albin and the rest of the field are going to go by. Having a little bit of issue here. Derek moving back and forth. Not sure what's going on. He got a flat tire? Quite sure. He may bring this car to pit road. Yeah, he's got a flat tire. Oh, he's having trouble slowing down. I think he got caught speeding. If he did not get caught speeding, he may not have. I think he's got a flat tire. We don't hear it, but the way he was turning that car looked like it. Bobby Patrica is also on pit lane. So there is some green flag pit stop starting, I think. I think Patrica may have had some other issues here as well. Wow. So Ballesteros still out front. It would be cool, Kenneth. I agree. I think it would be pretty cool. Because you never have broadcasters do that. I've never seen another broadcast company do that. Like, just have one of them broadcast the first half the other broadcast the second half. That would be really neat. And I'd be willing to even do it on our channel. That's how fun it would be for me. Like, I do stuff that's just fun. So, you know, I think that would be cool. And Robbie will probably think otherwise, you know. Watching Drew Ballesteros. While we're watching Drew Ballesteros, I want to tell you guys about the sponsors. There's nothing that you guys already haven't heard from me about them, but, you know, we got one more readout to do with these guys, and I want to give it a good readout. So, with that said, tonight's WOSCRL Throwback Series race is brought to you by CSO Diecast. CSO Diecast is the official retailer of Lionel Racing Collectibles. Check out csodiecast.com for some of the newest NASCAR diecast releases available. While you're there, be sure to register and sign up on the website. If you do, you will receive exclusive membership benefits and savings. Also on board with us tonight is Manscaped. Visit manscaped.com and receive 20% off, as well as free shipping by using the promo code WOSCRL. Once again, WOSCRL at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. And once again, finally for tonight, for a fat boy like me, you got to go check out thekillerbrownie.com. If you like brownies and sweet stuff, check out the Killer Brownie Baking Company. Head over to thekillerbrownie.com for a unique selection of cookies and cream, German chocolate, and their famous cookie dough brookie. The Killer Brownie Extraordinary Desserts for extraordinary people. Trust me, check them out. You will not be disappointed. It is probably the greatest thing ever, especially for fat people like me. So green flag pit stops are on their way. I think everybody's just got tired of running out there on these tires. Ben Shelton is in. Bruce Pearson came down, and actually he came down a long time ago and took 2 tires, so he could go a little bit more. I like the call that Derek and him actually took and coming down early. He did put down a new fastest lap of the race, by the way. A 32.314. So right now, Derek is actually 1.3 seconds faster than our race leader. That's how quick he's actually going compared to them. So, trust me, that is big. Now, personally, I think what Derek could do here, try to run this out as much as you can, unless we get a caution, which if we do, it's going to be very interesting to see what he chooses to do. If he does, honestly, if I'm him, I'm coming down. If I'm all these guys, not just him, I'm coming down and putting tires on it with the leaders. You cannot be out there with leaders with fresh tires. Pate Albin, he said he's had enough. Jacob Hoover, he said, yep, we're bringing it down as well. We see what people's doing. And this is a great call, I think, by these guys. I love the strategy to come down. So now it's just waiting on this guy who we're going to be on board with here in about 15 laps or so. And he said, I've had enough as well. We're bringing it down pit lane. Chris Stouffer bringing it down as well. And this is probably for fuel too, not only tires. So they're coming down pit lane. Right now, the fastest pit stop of the race is a 20.3 that was by the 82. We'll see if anybody's able to beat that. Some guys, of course, may stay out there a little bit longer, by the way, because they did pit earlier during that first caution that we had. Pate Albin down and away. He made some good time coming off pit lane. Pate with a 21-second stop. Jacob Hoover also a little bit slower stop on his, a 23-second stop. See the tires going up, left sides, up on the side of the car. Down and away. A little bit of wheel spin there coming out for Drew Ballesteros, a 23.1 second stop. Chris Stouffer, a 21.7. But Ballesteros is going to win the race off pit road. And all this will cycle back through to him eventually. He does got to get around Derek Pemberton, who's a little ways in front of him. But he should be able to run Derek down over the long course of the run, I would guess. We'll have to wait and see officially how that works out. But Derek right now would probably want to get his lap back, because right now he's still a lap down. But he would like to get his lap back and then a caution come out. Or he probably wouldn't mind having a caution right now, because he would get the wave around. So While everybody else would have to get away run, he'd be the lucky dog. So you see this pass right here. This is not for position. Just want to point that out as well as we watch the 82. Go underneath Bruce Pearson. Pearson right now in third place, who's doing pretty good. Once again, these guys pitted about 37 laps ago. The top three, 32 or 35 to 37 laps ago, they pit. So they can stay a little bit longer. They're not going to be able to run a 50-lap run, I don't think, like these other guys have. But I would still say, right around 49, 48, they'll be out there. And we'll see how that works out for all of them. Russell Braca still out in front. He was the fastest in practice, by the way. So it's not like he's, slow by any means. It was just kind of unfortunate when him and Luke Doran, when they got together, kind of brought them back to where they are right now. So, yeah, I mean, just looking at the lap times now, even with 8-lap older tires, Pemberton's running a 33. I think Luke Doran is coming up pit road. He is. Let me tell you this time. Hold on. 33 second lap, a 33.5. Drew Ballesteros is a 33.2. So you can see the difference in laps, which is definitely what we expected, I think, as you see Luke Doran come down. Thought he had a flat tire as well. He actually may have I thought he had to back up. See the damage on the back of his car. I'm surprised. Did he not take his fast repair first time? I'm not sure. Anyway, so we'll be expecting Russell and Bruce to come down here very soon as well. In just a moment, as we sit here and still watch Luke Doran still sitting on pit road. And there it goes, Luke Doran. Good stop, 22.4. Once again, here in about 8 or 9 laps, we'll be hopping over on board with the 22. As you see, Todd Liston, he is coming down pit lane. Now, this may not be scheduled because I think he may have had an issue. Let's see, does he have a problem here coming on pit lane? Oh, he came in hot. I don't think he did. Oh, he's definitely going to get caught speeding, I would guess. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, he does look like he may have a penalty. Bobby Patrica looked like he had a penalty as well in the 90 car. So that's tough right there. Bruce Pearson not coming in at the moment. You can see Ballesteros has caught the back end of the 20 car here. And now Ballesteros working on Bruce Pearson. All this should cycle through back to the 22. The 82 basically just wants to be in position in case something happens, which would be a big thing for him. When he'll put it a little bit earlier, I mean, it worked out. He just needed a caution. I would still stick to that strategy. I like it. If you're Derek, I would definitely stick to it. And here comes Ballesteros getting a run here on the 82. This is for the lucky dog as well, but I don't expect this to really matter too much longer between these guys because they're about to get their last back under green anyway once these leaders hit pit road, which should be any time. So we will watch the lucky dog for a moment, since this is actually for position as well. Right now it would be for third place on the track. It's going to be interesting, though, because this whole pit cycle is becoming really unique. Like, honestly, it is becoming a very unique pit cycle here. Like, just thinking about it, Russell Braca, like, what if these guys have to pit later in the race if Russell and them don't? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. All right, guys. With that said, We are going to turn it over here in just a moment to Drew Ballesteros. And basically, this man's never commentated before, I don't think. He may have, I don't know. But we're basically going to turn it over to him. He's going to be our in-race commentator here for a few laps while he tries to run down the race leader. So, Drew, it's all yours.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. So I believe I am a lap down still due to Braca staying out on the track and not going with the rest of the leaders on pit strategy. So basically right now it's a matter of just conserve tires, take care of them. The better you take care of them, the longer they take care of you. This track is pretty difficult to manage after about 15 laps. I know Chris and I had a pretty good run for the first 20 laps in that last run, and at the end it just became a matter of who saved the tires better and didn't push it too hard. But so now I think I'm just kind of waiting for Russell to, even though I'm catching him, I don't want to overrun or overdo it because I know eventually he's going to have to pit and I'll have to fend off the guys behind me for the lead. So playing the long game here, just kind of waiting for it to play in my favor. Yeah, and see, I think right now he's coming down pit road. So at this point, we're just kind of wait for things to play in our hand, see where things turn out. I think I have Derek behind me. Just see how this goes. I think he and Bruce Pearson's on the lead lap still, so he actually is the leader. So now it's a matter of waiting for him to pit, and the longer he stays out, the worse it's going to be for him, I think. But you never know, with a late caution or unexpected caution, things can go the opposite direction and ruin another person's strategy. So that's about it. It's a good race so far. It's a little strung out, but that's to be expected given the nature of the track. It's so difficult to manage the tires. If you think that you can go hard for more than 5 laps, then you obviously haven't done any practice laps here. So I think that as we keep going on, the race is going to string out even further. Hopefully maybe a caution will come out to make it punch the field back up, but for now it's going to be a matter of whoever wins is going to be it's going to be the guy who conserved his tires and took care of it the best. And I want to touch on a little bit about how this track is driven. These cars are pretty heavy and they sit up on top of the track pretty high. And so one of the things that we kind of have to focus on is making sure that we don't push it too hard, because the car does want to roll to the right because of the G-forces. That means it's going to take even bigger toll on the tires. So going into turn 1, you kind of want to feather the throttle, let it rotate on its own, back up the corner a good bit, and make sure you have a wide angle. Going down the back stretch, turn 3, you want to have a nice wide angle and let the banking be your friend. And once you feel it rotate, you hit the throttle and you go full out for the rest of the corner. And one of the most important parts of this track is that when you come off of turn 3 and turn 2, or turn 4 and turn 2, you want to make sure that if the car is pointed in a certain direction, it's because that's where you're aiming it. If you're aiming straight off the corner and your wheel is turned too far to the left, you're just shredding that right front tire, which is going to make your day pretty miserable after a while. So that's why it's crucial to be able to take care of these things, because if you don't take care of them and the tires become too worn, you're just going to be skating on ice for a while, and you're not going to be able to do what you need to do to fight for a position. So now I think I am in second position. Derek's in third. We still have Bruce Pearson in first, and the rest of the field is I think it's all caught up. I think I'd have to rely on Adam to see who exactly is on the lead lap. But at this point, we're all just waiting on Bruce to pit, and eventually it's too early to be playing this long game gambling of trying to see how the tires fare and how the pit strategy works out. We're not even halfway through the race, and trying to gamble like that, it's just not going to work in your favor, unfortunately. Now, if this was the last 2 pit stops of the race when we were at, lap 100 and lap 120 maybe, then yeah, that's what Luke Doran did this last time we were in Atlanta. And that's what led him to I can't remember who won, but he was definitely in the lead for a while because he was able to conserve the tires so well and basically have us all a lap down for a long time. So apologies if I didn't remember who exactly won that race. I just know I didn't win and Tony Ball didn't win, so that's all I can recall for at the moment. Thank you.
And I have literally been sitting here talking to myself, guys. I didn't forgot it. I mean, my stuff. Pemberton with a flat tire on pit road. And we'll get back to everything I just said. I feel like an idiot because I had my stuff muted. First off, I want to shout out Joe Morgani, who said he really liked this idea. And I do as well, by the way. We'll get back to Derek here in a moment. I love the idea, Joe. Both of them guys, Derek and Drew, both. And I was talking about, I didn't realize I had my mic muted. Derek and Joe both was talking about different things, and I really like that. Derek was talking about stuff that happened that he was seeing, which was amazing. That was great. He was telling us about how he was doing things. When we went to Ballesteros, he was doing things a lot different. He was talking about how easy he was taking care of the car, and he said he was being really easy of taking care of that. Now, over to Kenneth, who said he messaged Robbie. I really hope that works out because that'd be fun. I think Derek would enjoy that. And I would too. Now, back to the big conversation I was looking at. This is interesting to me right here. Watching Bruce Pearson out front by 22 seconds has not been on pit road. Everybody else has. This man's been out there for 68 laps without seeing pit stops. And when I say hasn't seen pit stops, he's been out there only on 2 sets of tires, or only on right sides. He hasn't took 4 tires yet. He's taking really, really good care of his tires right now. If this man can make it to lap 90, he could do this on a one-stop race. Calling it now. And he may not have to make it all the way to 90. He may be able to save a little bit coming to the checkers. If we stay green, honestly, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat him. Even Ballesteros. I know Ballesteros is catching him by a lot right now. Literally by 2 seconds. But Ballesteros and Stouffer and all these guys are going to have to pit again. And if you're Bruce Pearson and you pit, okay, that's fine, pit. These guys are going to have to run you down. With him making this run as long as he has, they're going to have to run you down later in this race. And they may be able to. Now, if you're Pearson, you don't want to let them catch up too quick. If you're like, right now he's losing 2 seconds a lap because they could catch him late in the race, and that is a possibility. If you're Pearson and you hit pit road right here, you do not wait. Like, I love this strategy he's kind of doing. It's very unique. Something different. And we've seen a couple races won like this season. Just saying. And once again, I do want to thank Drew Ballesteros and Derek Pemberton both for hitting pit road. Now, this is interesting. Now, see, now you're giving up too much time. If you're Bruce Pearson, you need to hit pit road because, honestly, you're probably going to go a lap down. Well, actually, if you hurry, you can come to pit road. Something's going on with his car, maybe? I mean, he is really underpowered. I think he's actually, like, really, really underpowered as the 90 car gets to the wall. But he's not bringing the car to pit road, and Bobby Patrica is. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's very interesting right now. I was, by the way. Kenneth. So here's a big race back here because Ballesteros has caught Christopher has caught Ballesteros. We're keeping an eye on that because that will be the race for the lead, especially if this man does not hit pit road. This man needs to hit pit road. Like, I'm about to go in there and just be like, hey, break the car to pit lane because I'm not your spotter, but just saying. You could really hurt, or you can really possibly get a win if you bring that car to pit road. You don't want to wait till they catch you to bring the car to pit road. You just, it's not good. You don't want to. That would not work. Now, he may just be saving a ton of fuel. Maybe he can't make it all the way. But he's been out there for 73 laps. That's wild. Yeah, he's coming this time. Now, he's got to slow down here, not to get caught speeding. Yeah, he did a good job. Jacob Hooper. Now, see, this is interesting to me, too. Now, does Hooper have a flat? Got some damage, but I don't hear a flat tire. Definitely no Derek Pemberton had. I think 2 this race. I told him Atlanta would be bad on his tires. He wouldn't listen. So right here is going to be a race for the lead. And Bruce Pearson is going to fall all the way back, probably to about last before he goes a lap down. Still in pit lane right now, and honestly, he may go a lap down. But honestly, you cannot be upset with him because he's going to get that lap back. And he's going to get it back probably under green. If he gets the lap back under green, and you see him right here, if he can get this lap back under green, no, there's no way that's happening. But if he does, everybody else is in trouble. Just being honest. I don't see anybody able to catch him. I really like the strategy that Pearson's playing right now. I'm a big fan of this. So he's right now 1 lap down, and he's got to catch these two, who is still racing for the lead. Everything else kind of spaced out at the moment, as we are coming to lap 96. I think this is our longest race of the season, by the way. Not sure. Either way. We only have 1 yellow. All right, guys. You guys enjoy some Turn It Up. I got to go grab me a drink because I'm about to die. So you guys enjoy that, and I'll be right back after this. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Luke Doran up to 4th, Russell Braca 3rd, Benjamin Shelton 5th, Pete Auburn sitting in P6. Pate's done a good job. And then you got Bruce Pearson on fresh tires, who may have had an issue, by the way. He is running extremely slow for some reason. Now, here's what's interesting to me about this. This man's on fresher tires and he's letting cars that is on way older tires pass him. If you're Pearson, man, you can't. I don't think he's saving. That's the thing. I don't think this is saving. I don't think he can save. Like, his tires are way better than everybody else's. So I just don't see that happening. And it may not work out. Maybe there's something else I just don't know. Maybe he's for sure not having enough gas. Maybe that's how he got to the lead, was just by saving that long, which very well could be possible. I just don't think it'll work if he keeps doing what he's doing. Right now, we only got 6 cars on the lead lap. And that's back to Pate right now. So nothing really going on around the racetrack right now. It's just basically follow the leader. You see Jim Foskett going another lap down. Actually, Foskett about to get one of his laps back. I apologize. Against Drew Ballesteros. Tomorrow night, we'll be live once again here on Trackside Racing Network for the American Sim Racing League. I think it will be myself and Derek Pemberton. I hope Derek's joining me. I'm not sure, but I think he is. We'll be live for that, however. for the World 200. That is the final race before the playoffs, and then the guys only have 3 races in the playoffs, so that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. That will be at Charlotte for 134 laps. So that's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to going back with them guys. The playoffs starting to heat up over there with the final race tomorrow night. Then on Monday night, we go live from the Charlotte Roval. Yep. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fun. Playoff race, elimination race for them guys. I think Kyle Smiley may be the favorite to go into the Charlotte Roval and win. Since he won at Daytona, I think you got to kind of put him as the favorite to go into there and win that one. But we'll see. No broadcast Tuesday. And then on Wednesday night, guys, things get very fun with the return of the Strictly Street Stock, one of our popular series here on the trackside. Even before we came to trackside, it was a popular series as well. The Strictly Street Stocks make their return from a new schedule this season. We're going to have that for you guys soon. But for the last 2 seasons, we raced Darlington as the championship race. No more. The race has been changed from the championship race. We go to Darlington first this season, so that'll be fun. We'll see if Todd Chase can go back to back to back. A lot of guys says he can't. So I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people saying he can't do it. And I agree. I think it's going to be tough. I don't agree with him. I think he could win it by all means, but it's going to be tough. I will say that. Pate Albin has been on pit road. Here comes Benjamin Shelton. He's making another stop here under green flag conditions. So, I don't really know what to think of this. When will we see pit stop? I think Stouffer's saving some here too. I mean, he's lost a lot of time. About 2/10 a lap right now. He's giving up. But this guy's who I'm curious about. He's trying to make it all the way. He's clutching. I don't like that. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. I think he could have a good finish doing it. I just don't think he can win by doing that. Stouffer's bringing that car to pit lane. So we're at 52 laps. Yeah, we're 53 laps for Ballesteros right now. We've seen earlier Bruce Pearson go 50 or 70 laps. He has to do it again this run. Honestly, he can save that much, like we know that. But you're going to be giving up way too much fuel to these guys right here that's coming in. Like, these guys are going to be blowing your times out of the water. So he's coming down. Russell Braca can go a little bit further before he has to hit pit lane. All this should cycle back over to Bruce Pearson. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to cycle back to him. Because Chris Stouffer's already done it off pit road, and he's still behind Pearson right now. Yeah, you're just giving up too much time by trying to save. So this already shows me that Pearson's short, or it might not be short, but is not going to be able to do what I thought he was going to do earlier. Basically, we're waiting on Russell Braca to come down pit lane. You see Pate Albin. He's going to go back, definitely on fresher tires, as you guys can tell. And so here's my question. Pate came down. Oh, he came down 6 laps ago. And Jacob Hoobery, 16 laps. I don't think he's probably going to have to pit again. A lot of these guys are going to have to pit again still. I think. Luke Doran actually running down Braca here. Now, Braca's good to make it to the end as long as he hits pit road from here on out. Let's just try to save a little bit for green white checker, which honestly at this point I don't think I'd be saving too much for that. Just because how long we've been green. Personally, I just don't see that. So, you know. And there comes Luke Doran. So now we're waiting on the 74, who's got to come down pit road here within at least the next 7 or so laps, I would guess. As you see Pemberton up here racing the 22, and his teammate Pate Allen right there as well. Derek's done a good job, even though he hasn't had the greatest luck on tires tonight. Done a good job racing people clean. That's a respectful thing. That goes for all these guys as well, though. Like, everybody's been pretty respectful for the most part tonight, which is good to see. Bruce Pearson right here battling Ben Shelton. This is for 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, it was for 6. Ben Shelton took it away. Yeah, Bruce Pearson's in trouble. To me, there's no point of saving gas when everybody else no longer has to pit. You might as well just pit and just take your loss. Russell Braca still a few spots away before he has to pit. Here's Christopher Luke Doran. This is the 3rd. While I'm here with not a whole lot to do at the moment, while we're just sitting here waiting a little bit, I want to thank the WOSCRL series a lot, especially Skylar. I really do appreciate you, man. You've been really kind to me and really respectful. And I really do appreciate that when it comes to broadcasting for somebody. Because basically when you're a broadcaster, basically the league owner is your boss. Like, that is pretty much the way I see it. Like, yes, apparently we did something right for him to want to keep us. But he is, you know, basically the boss. Like, honestly, that's the way I look at it. He pays for broadcasting, he wants it done right and all that good stuff. So basically I work for him. But I do want to thank the WOSCRL, all of them. Not only Skylar. Skylar did not have to keep me in by any means. But all these guys, they all have been very respectful to me and all that. Like, they're really, really nice guys. Honestly, they are. One thing I like about Skylar is you see Braca coming down. One thing I like about Skylar Grissom and about this league, this is not a dictatorship league. Like, there's a lot of leagues ran like that. Honestly, there is. And that's good sometimes, and it's bad sometimes. You see more bad than not, a lot of it, but there is a lot of good when there is a dictatorship. But one thing, when you have a group that pretty much all around respects everybody, especially when they respect the owner will reach out more, and he basically allows everybody to have say-sos in this league. That's one thing I like and really respect about Skylar. Like, talking about Skylar wasn't sure if his cars was going to return next season. Honestly, he was not sure. And honestly, I get it. He was worried about participation, and we see it. I mean, there's 13 guys here for the final race that did not have to be here. Nobody had to show up tonight. You know, championship was decided 2 weeks ago. So, for Skylar to be able to do what he did, I really respect. And, yeah, so thanks, man, just for keep doing what you're doing. I love what you're doing. So, I just kind of want to wanted to give him a little bit of love, I guess. And this is interesting, by the way, to me. The reason why I find it interesting because we see Braca coming off pit road. Not saying this is for the win by any means, but we're seeing a we're seeing a 2-tire stop pay off for Braca when Stouffer has 10 lap older tires but has 4 tires. That's impressive to me for the 74. I don't know if he's going to be able to run down his 10-second lead. Drew Ballesteros is down the lead. Don't know if he's going to be able to run him down in time, but really impressive. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do. Josh says, thank you for putting on a great broadcast. You can't wait to make my next season. You can't wait till next season to make my debut racing. Josh, how have you... I'm not familiar. You haven't raced in here, correct? Like, you're new to iRacing in general, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? One thing I could give any tips to anybody wanting to race these cars, and Skylar, you know, and everybody in here knows that's racing these cars, don't give up on these cars. These things are a pain to drive. Like, they are hard. Like, these guys are making it look really easy. They've had all season to work with them. When you start racing them, do not give up on them because they are absolutely one of my favorite cars to watch race. And I was talking about earlier. I really do respect these cars a lot. You have to respect these cars on iRacing, in my opinion. So we're watching Luke Doran getting passed by Russell Braca, and I'm going to be honest. Russell Braca was 6 seconds behind Doran a few laps ago. Lap times, Braca is putting the smackdown on everybody in the field right now. You want to talk about a strategy that could pay off with taking 2 tires? This is it. Wow. And you can look at the live timer. Let's do this. Let's compare current lap. Or better yet, let's do this. Last lap. That'd be the best thing to do. There you go. There's your last lap difference between first and second, and Braca was going for a pass on Doran. So, sitting here looking, Braca's faster. He's just in lap traffic, I think. Which could work out for Ballesteros, of course. Ballesteros looks to be a little bit faster this lap, though. So he could be saving tires a little bit as well. We'll see if he is. So that time, let's give it another lap. So that time Braca was a little bit slower than Drew. Let's check it this time, though. There is a little bit of lap traffic, I think, in front of Braca. Not much. Uh-oh. Oh, Sarah's had a little connection issues. Okay. Alright, so let's check the lap times this time. Ballesteros did not run a 7-second lap. I just want to point that out. He actually ran like a 761. There you go. And Braca a 33,600. So there is faster laps being put down by Braca right now. If he ran a 7-second lap, I'd flip out. So right now, we are on lap 127 of 160. Yeah, honestly, you get better with time when it comes to these things. That's one thing I've noticed. There's some guys, that it takes a little bit longer, but the more practice you do in any car, the better. And yes, Kenneth, over on Facebook, you should fly through Messenger. I got you. And yeah, I will post it up for you on here because I love charity races anyway. So. But yeah, any car that you race, I don't know to me these right here are probably the hardest oval car. Okay, that could be a stretch. I don't know. Just an Xfinity. Xfinity's pretty tough, honestly. I know other guys are probably like, yeah, there's other harder cars, and there may be. I'm just trying to remember. But as far as asphalt or concrete and stuff, ovals, these are probably the hardest. I think Cup Series is probably the easiest, honestly, in my opinion. Then it's trucks, and then it's trucks would be harder than the Cup. Xfinity is harder than that, and then I would say these. And I'll tell you something interesting about these cars. And Skylar Grissom's in the chat. He can vouch for it. We talked to Derek earlier, of course. Tires on these cars are so much different compared to the other cars because the camber and all that stuff in these cars are set up different compared to the Cup, truck, Xfinity. So you blow tires in these cars a lot easier, it seems like, than you do in other series. But, yeah, I mean, with any car you drive, it's just, practice. It seems like, anyway, for me. You bet, Kenneth. Not a problem, though. Just make sure it's sent to me, and I will 100% post that up. You may have already sent it. You did. Yeah, that first ever multiple sclerosis charity race, October 23rd. Was you the one putting this on, by the way, Kenneth? I posted about this earlier. It's actually on the Trackside page down below. Was you the one? Is this actually? Are you the one doing this, or are you the one putting it on, or is it somebody else that you know? I seen this earlier. I posted earlier about it. Beehive, guys, as you watched the battle right here between Jim Foskett and Shelton. Good race right here, by the way. Foskett actually is trying to hold on the 5th. Shelton on the 15 on the outside. So we'll get this, and I'll get back to that. But Foskett trying to hold on. Outside lane should have to run down the straightaway. You see it. 2 Fords running side by side to Crisco. Foskett's done pretty good this season, though. A lot of people have been very impressed with him this season in general with how he's done. He actually going to finish, I think, 4th in points, so that's pretty impressive. But there you see Shelton able to take that spot away. But yeah, about that charity race, I posted about it a little while ago on the actual page, and it was pretty interesting. So the guys over at Beehive Media, who is good friends of mine, Derek's. We've known Robbie for a while now. Met Katie about a year ago, I think, too. We've known her for a little bit. Kind of known her. We don't hang out or nothing like that with Katie, but we've known Robbie for a long time. Me and Robbie talk from time to time as well. But anyway, they have came out with a thing that they're actually doing a charity race on October 23rd. $5 entry fee. I know a trophy goes to the winner. They're racing the Cup cars at Talladega, and it's going to be broadcasted by Beehive on Beehive Media, who's great broadcasters. I like listening to them, but it's the first ever multiple sclerosis charity event. And anything I could do to actually promote charity races, I try to for the most part, just because I think, it's a great cause. So, check out their Beehive page, and you can find out more information about it. Bobby Patrica is on pit lane. His car has been beat up tonight. You can see that car. I'm not going to lie, it literally looks like what you would see after a race is done, after just a long, hard race. So Russell Braca has slowly been catching Drew Ballesteros. About 2 seconds right now. This guy is just as fast as Luke Doran gets around Peyton Albin. Peyton, unfortunately, 2 laps down, but Pate did have to pit a little while ago, and these guys was on fresher tires, so. Once again, everybody else kind of spaced out. This is the final race of the season for these guys as well. Oh, okay. So y'all had a NASCAR Heat League. I'm sorry. I used to be a big part of NASCAR Heat as well. Okay, that's where I seen it. I seen Robbie post about as another broadcaster, Brandon. He no lift. Yes, I know who that is. I haven't talked to him. I don't like know him like that, but Brandon Crossan. Okay, so that's awesome that he's able to put that on. I know it's probably hard on him right now to deal with that. I got a friend that actually has MS. She's lived with it for a while, doing good actually. So hopefully everything works out for the good. Jacob Hoover on pit road. But Derek Pemberton actually got me involved in the NASCAR Heat League once. It was fun for a few weeks, but we were ready to go back to iRacing pretty quick. Once again, we don't think these guys are going to have to hit pit road anymore. Well, Ballesteros don't. Stouffer shouldn't. Benjamin Shelton's a maybe. Jim Foskett does. Bruce Pearson does. Pate Albin is also a very close maybe. I think he probably will have to. It's been a long race. I bet these guys' arms are tired though. Foskett is coming to pit lane, and he is actually pitting with 43 laps, so he knows he has to hit pit lane, so he's going to go ahead. Saturday night, Monday night. Yes, sir. Yeah, because Skylar actually runs a Monday night series as well. Skylar, I'm not very sure how much longer you guys have on the Monday night series. You could probably comment on that. We don't have much more on Monday night, honestly. We actually only got a few races left on our Monday night series for the iRacing E series. About 4 or 5 races left for them guys. So I'm looking forward to that. We've had a long season with them guys, so. Jim Foster exiting pit lane. Once again, guys, everybody spaced out quite a bit. Russell Braca is still a mystery to me. He's still running down a race leader. He's not closing super fast by any means. And I think if Ballesteros has to lift just a little bit, he's definitely going to close it. Honestly, Braca may be the one to win this. I'm going to be honest. Like, looking at the time difference right now, he's gaining about a 10th a lap. So, man, that's going to be wild, though. It depends if he gets caught up behind anybody. He's racing Derek Pemberton right now, getting a little bit of draft. I don't expect Derek to race him here. I'm sure Derek, just wants to get out of this one. So, some news about Derek Pemberton, by the way. He is multiple laps down. And the reason why I want to mention Derek is, one, he's just my co-broadcaster. But here's what's interesting. He has been on 3 different tires here tonight. I don't think he has another set, personally. Like 90% sure he does not have a set of tires. Wow. Regular season finale is this Monday. I have lupus with illness symptoms. Been doing well since '96. George Gibbs, I haven't seen you in, goodness, it's been a while. I forgot you was the moderator. It's been a long time since I've seen George, and he used to come in here all the time and always watch the broadcast. It's awesome to see him back in here. And I was not aware of that. Yeah, My old neighbor, when she got diagnosed with MS, it was in like early 2000s. She's done great with it. And so, praying for the other broadcaster, of course, over at No Lift Esports, Brandon's mom. I'm hoping everything works out for her. I'm sure it'll be fine. So also, guys, just to throw this out there, we do got something special coming up in November. For you guys that may not know, one of the things that my team in general does every year, we've done it like the last 3 years, is something for, oh my goodness, I know the name of it, and now I can't remember. And I bet Derek's just yelling at me right now. Oh my goodness, what is the name of that charity? Sorry, I've been broadcasting too long tonight. Extra Life. We'll be broadcasting for Extra Life. I believe in November is the Extra Life game day. We'll do that. We're trying to do a long stream. Depending on if I broadcast that night, we'll probably do a all-day stream for that. Hopefully Derek can be there. I'm not sure. He knows he's got some personal stuff getting ready to happen soon, so we'll have to wait and see. But we'll be doing some PlayStation and some other stuff, which will be fun. You guys make sure you turn it up. I just don't chat like I used to, but I still catch it. I appreciate that, George. George Gibbs is like the OG of Trackside. I'm not playing. When I started Trackside Racing Network, and I know George probably remembers, he came in after I upgraded to my last computer, so it was with my other computer. But before that, he came in right as soon as I got my newer one, which broadcasted better. He's literally been here, I don't know how many years now. He's like one of the first followers I think we ever have besides people in the league. And literally watched all kinds of broadcasts. That's so awesome. And I made him my moderator just because he kept coming in. I was like, here, you're in here. Just moderate the chat while you're at it. So we got 10 laps to go here for the final race of the WOSCRL series. And once again, we cannot thank CSO Diecast enough this season. There's a lot of places you can buy diecast. Like we have the Monday Night Series where another diecast company does diecast as well. And, you know, that's great. That's awesome. They're partnered with Lionel as well. But in here, if you sign up, you get that, you know, you get some special discounts and stuff like that. So that's always cool. But right now, looking at their website, they actually got a really cool car I'm actually really interested in looking at. They got the Haley Deegan 2020 Arca car, which is pretty awesome. Because I'm just a fan of Haley Deegan. But they got that over there. They got some other cars over there as well. The Kyle Busch 2020 Snickers car they got. And that's just some of the cars that they got in. So, really cool to check out CSO Diecast. Like I said, sponsor this series this season. And very awesome. We're continuing to watch Russell Braca. He's ran down Drew Ballesteros, but I'm going to be honest. We said it would be about 3 laps to go before he catch him. It could be that, okay? I want to say it could. It's been close. He is right almost under a second, and he is gaining. I just don't know if he's going to have enough time. He was gaining a tenth a lap. I don't know if he's gaining that much time anymore. We did talk to Chris Stouffer. He was our driver of the week a couple weeks ago when he won the championship. We decided to make him driver of the week, which was awesome. We're very happy that he got it. Definitely well deserved. We're still working on our driver of the week this week. I don't even know who it's going to be. We got so many people we can choose from. Who knows? Lap 155. And coming up this time, guys, Thursday night with the Red Sox Racing Series, they are wrapping up. We will be crowning a champion Thursday night for the Red Sox Racing Series before they start their next season. Basically, they only have 6 races in a season, and they go back-to-back with 6 more races. Then, immediately following that race, we will begin round 1 of the iRacing Legacy Cup Series. So if you like these cars, you guys continue to watch it. I know Joe Morgani's in the chat. He'll be racing that. And most wins this season with 4, so we'll see if he can continue that. With Derek Pemberton, I know he's pretty good over there as well. With Todd Chase and all them guys, they'll be racing it, so that'll be fun. And I believe Ballesteros may have this one under control right now. I have noticed that the times slowly been slipping away from Russell Braca. Everybody else is nowhere close, so we're really focused on, as soon as I say that, Braca got a big run just now when Ballesteros was caught up behind the 15 machine and actually closed that gap back up. But you can see right there, the first and the third place car right there on the screen is first and second. And then a lap car between them. Yeah, actually, Braca ran a 33.766 with Ballesteros 34.159. But I think it could be just a little too late for the old 74 car. By the way, I finally got iRacing. I need your help. I'll be contacting you after I'm setting it needs to be extended and payers need to be lowered. Waiting for the air out. The Red Rock Racing had Red Sox is awesome. Yeah, just send me a message, Gibbs. Just message me on Facebook if you want. I can help you. It ain't a big deal. I'll tell you what, hopefully I can help you. If not, I can point you to somebody that definitely will. So, in a race that started a few hours ago, it's been a long race, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, it's a super long race. Like, it's the longest race I feel like we've had all year. And I will go ahead and say, by the way, it looks like it's not confirmed, but it looks like that the races are getting moved up a little bit for next season. These guys do have a break, but they are getting pushed up a little bit, which is a great thing, I think. But anyway, here we come to the white flag for Drew Ballesteros, Russell Braca, and Luke Doran. But everything is getting moved up a little bit. But this one's been a long one, I'm not going to lie. And we've only had 1 caution, so that's what's crazy. Working off turn 2 down the backstretch for the final time this season. Drew Ballesteros looking to, once again, be back in victory lane if I don't hit the wrong button. Be back in victory lane. And it's been a while since he's been here. Drew Ballesteros will pick up win number 2 from Atlanta. Russell Braca finishes second. Luke Doran going across in third. There's your race winner here tonight. Driving that Ford Thunderbird. Definitely wanted that one, I'm sure. And don't you worry, we're going to go talk to him as well as the other guys here as well. Drew Ballesteros slowly creeping up here to the start-finish line. And with that, by the way, Christopher, of course, still picks up the championship. He had that locked up a few weeks ago. It would have been cool if everybody just would have came up here and started doing burnout. So that was a long season for these guys. I'm not going to lie. But your race winner here tonight. There you go. Drew Ballesteros with 2 wins now. 5 top 5, 6 top 10s. Definitely well deserved here tonight. So he celebrates. Russell Braca finished second. Luke Doran going to finish third. Let's talk to Drew. Hey, Drew, it's Adam up in the booth. You got me?
Yep.
First off, thank you for being our in-race reporter. That was awesome. I got a lot of good feedback about it. Man, domination, you talked about it earlier. You said that Bruce Pearson pitted earlier and it would not work out, and, well, it didn't. So talk about your race, though, man. It was definitely a good one for you.
Yeah, I wanted this one really bad. I had a blast this season. I'm super disappointed. I missed so many races. I would have loved to be able to battle for the championship with Luke and Chris. I just have so much respect for. But yeah, I wanted to go out with a bang. I wanted to win, um, and be ready to go for 4 weeks from now when we start the next season.
For sure. We got a few weeks off. Anything that you can take away from this season that could help you for next season try to win a championship?
Oh, for sure. I mean, beginning of this season, I was super fresh to iRacing. I
Yeah.
just started about a month or 2 months before,
Wow.
and I was, yeah, and I was kind of wrecking all over the place. So, um, and then the turning point was just win at Charlotte, and then switching my mindset to just take it easy, learn, grow, and it'll all work out. So yeah, I think patience is a big deal. That's gonna, whoever wins championship next year is gonna be the one who was patient and who didn't make mistakes, who was just always there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. We watched a lot of guys. Like, it was pretty interesting because when we first started, this car was still new, and you could just see guys continuing to grow every week. So, either way, man, a big win here tonight. You know what to do. It's win number 2 this season. Shout outs and all that.
Actually, win number 3,
Why
won
is
last week.
The points wasn't updated. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, win number 3. I'm thankful for it. Thank you to you for sticking. You've had a transition over to your own channel, so thank you, and hope to see you back here in a couple weeks. And thanks to Skylar for doing the same thing of getting this thing started. Thank you to friends and family who watch every week. Thank you to Majority Money. I'm having a blast. I love this so much, and can't wait to see you in 4 weeks in Daytona.
For a guy that's kind of new to iRacing, nobody else likes hearing that. Good job, man. Congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Next up, we got Russell Braca finishing in P2. Hey, Russell, you got me?
I'm here.
Man, it looked like so. I'm sitting here looking at the lap tires, and I did not think this was even possible because, first off, Ballesteros had about 9 laps older tires than you. We know that's a big thing here tonight, of course. But you came down pit road, and it looks like you put 2 tires on it. Honestly, you started passing people. It looked like you was closing in, but the longer it went, it just kind of didn't work out at the end. But did you notice that as well? What was the decision on taking 2?
Didn't really have a choice. I had waited too long. I was hoping before that there would be a caution so we could all go out on the same 4 tires and everything, but that didn't work out. So the only chance I had for anything, again, like Michigan, was to take 2 tires. And it might have worked had I pitted when everyone else did instead of going an extra 5 laps because that was my last set. It might have worked out a little different, but it was still good.
Yeah, man, and tires was a big issue. We've seen just tires fall off tonight, but talk about this place in general with the tires. Like, it's a tire eater, let's be honest.
Yeah, I couldn't. There's no way I could go more than 50 laps. When I went in, I think I went in around 50 laps, maybe 49, and so I was kind of hoping that if those guys went around 100 laps, they'd have to go again or blow a tire, which didn't happen. But I knew I could go 50. I knew that at 40 laps, if I went around 40 or 45 from practice, I could get away with 2 tires. I didn't know around traffic how it would work out, but it seemed to be okay.
For sure on that, man. Well, you know that you was one of the guys battling for a championship. You're going to finish well inside the top 5 in the points and all that. Tell us about this car. It was new to everybody. Did you learn a lot about it this season?
Oh, absolutely. I think this is the best car in the service. It's hard to handle sometimes, but once you get a handle on it, it's a good car to run.
I agree with that as well. It's one of my favorites to watch. And you guys put on a good show. Shout outs and all that, man.
I just want to thank Skylar and you, Adam, and all the guys here that race. I hope the group next year are all these guys plus a few more that are as good as these guys. CSO Diecast, Killer Brownie, and Manscaped.
For sure on that. Hey, man, good job. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. See you next season.
Yes, sir. Next up, we got, none other than Luke Doran. We watched Luke win a few tire races and field races and all that good stuff. Luke, got a copy?
I got you.
Finishing third, man. It wasn't easy because you had a little run in there at the beginning. Talk us through that. That was a little wild sequence.
Didn't anticipate the lack of grip on the outside of the tri-oval, so I just was trying to give Pipperton room, and I just got sucked into the wall of it. And I think kind of hurt Russell's chances a little bit because we had to start at the back, and we didn't get a caution to get back up to Drew.
Yeah, and we've seen it plenty of times this season. Once these cars get the wall, it's so tough to get them out of the wall and all that good stuff. So we know how tough it is. You got a win as well this season. You was in a situation where this season you really could have won the championship. How do you go from almost winning the championship this season to winning the championship for next?
I think another season in this car will help, and you understand the guys around you a little bit more, and understand that the brakes are terrible, so maybe less pit road speeding penalties and stuff like that. But I felt like I had the speed to win a lot more than I did, but it just, a stupid mistake like I did at the beginning of this race, just a couple too many of those.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I think you started off a little rough, if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of the season, but it just got better and better and better and better in every race. Just small mistakes. Looked like that was the only thing that really hurts you. But either way, man, you finished second at points and finished third here tonight. You know how to do it, man. You've been here plenty of times. Shout outs and all that for the season you want to give out.
Shout out to everybody in the league. It's a pleasure racing with everybody, and my family for watching, and you and Skylar for everything you do. This is a great little group of guys.
Hey, for sure, man. We wouldn't be able to broadcast it if you guys didn't race. So thank you for having us, and good job. Go see if you win the championship next season.
Man, I'll try my best.
For sure, buddy. Thank you. All right, guys. There you go. That is going to wrap up the inaugural season of the WOSCRL series. You guys see the sponsors right here on the screen. We don't need to show them too much, but actually we kind of should. But anyway, we want to thank everybody once again for tuning in this season. Oh, excuse me. It has been a fun one. We do appreciate it for myself, for Skylar Grissom as well, for behalf of his league. Once again, thanks, Skylar, for allowing us to do it. Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all tomorrow night for the American Sim Racing League, and we will see you back here on Saturday nights in a few weeks. We will keep you posted over on our trackside page as always. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Y'all have a great night. Take care from always, and God bless.